Hilton Hotel. Just came down for a few days. We actually had scheduled to go skiing in Mont Tremblant for a few days, and we just decided, you know what, this seems like a much better idea. So here we are. So today I want to talk to you about how you can build a business, grow a business, expand a business, create an income, create an additional income, multiple sources of income, if that's what you love to do, from the comfort of your home or from anywhere in the world. All you need is internet access. Now, I used to say all you need is internet access and a phone, but not anymore. All you need is internet access. You can use your computer as a phone if you want, and there's so many different ways to use a computer as a phone. So we've got folks connecting here from India, from Malaysia, from Toronto. I saw Toronto, from Washington. I see people from all over the world that are connecting here. And so today, since we're doing this special live event from Nassau in the Bahamas, that it is a great example of how you can absolutely work from anywhere in the world. And you can follow your passion. Just a few minutes ago, I was over in another section. Let me just see if I can turn my computer and my phone around so you can see. Am I going the right way? Over there. I don't know if you can see the gentleman in the blue shirt. That's my husband. And he's over there chatting with someone else. And the reason why I mention that is because, let's see, I've got my computer is actually propped up on some big pillows. You just got to make it work, right? Anyway, so my husband's over there talking to a gentleman that I was chatting with earlier. Denny was actually down at the beach, and he was watching the cruise ship. There's a Disney cruise ship that just pulled into the harbor here, and it's getting docked. And so Denny was down there watching the cruise ship, and I started chatting with this gentleman. And he was sitting in the lounge area where I was going to do my live event. But all of a sudden, people just started plopping all over the place and just parking their little butts right beside me. And I just decided I'd just move over here to where it's a little quieter and we'd have a little more privacy. Anyway, so this gentleman that I was chatting with had this giant book. It was like this thick. I don't think I've ever seen a book so thick. And he was studying. And I said, well, what are you studying? And he was telling me that he's been studying ancient ancestry and the connections between different religions. And he's I don't know how old he is. I'm going to guess maybe in his 70s, late 60s. And I said, is this what you do for a living? And he said, yes. And I said, where are you from? And he said, well, he was born and raised in the United States, lived in Washington for a good part of his life, the state Washington. And now he owns a condo here in the Bahamas. And what he does is he studies these materials, he shares them with people, and he shares them online, and he gets booked for lectures. And people also hire him to do some research for them as well. And so he's doing what he loves, following his passion, and doing it from Bahamas, where he's now living. And that was the idea for today's session, to help you understand that it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Doesn't matter whether you're a stay-at-home mom. We actually have a question from a stay-at-home mom this morning. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be young, you could be elderly, and you can still create a business online. I have a client who I've been working with for a couple of years who I love and appreciate. She's just an amazing woman, and she owns her own business. And she decided not that long ago, from just feeling inspired to follow her passion, is to create an online business. And it was a complete, oh dear, it was a complete like left turn from what she had been doing. A completely different environment, completely different business. Hey Monty, good to see you here. Very, very different business, but she just got inspired with the idea. And that's what happens, okay? This is like a starting point to creating your business or to expanding your business. Number one, let's just start with the steps, okay? Number one, you've got to be open to the ideas, right? Because if you're closed off, if you're thinking that there's no way you could come up with an idea, or there's no way you could do this, or there's no way you could be wildly successful, then you're never even going to have the ideas come to you, right? So you got to be open to ideas. I think also you need to set some goals, and some really exciting goals. Like, let's say you decide, you're watching this right now, and you decide what you would love is to live and enjoy a millionaire lifestyle. Running an online business, doing it from anywhere in the world. Oh dear. Oh, there we go, we're back. Doing that business from anywhere in the world, and you think, you know what, I've heard Peggy talk about this before, or I'm hearing her now, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'd really love to be earning millions of dollars. And oh dear. I'd really love to be earning millions of dollars doing work that I love. And so you start by setting a goal that is exactly what you want to do. Yep, back for me too. Okay, good. I know we're having some challenges with the internet access here. Maybe not as strong as it is at home, although you know what? We've been here for a couple of days and I found it to be incredibly strong. I've been uploading videos, downloading videos. I did 2 webinars yesterday and on Zoom, absolutely no problem whatsoever. So it could be because of where I'm sitting, because I'm, as you can see, I'm not in the hotel. I am connected to the hotel Wi-Fi, but I'm sitting outside. Anyways, bear with me. We're going to get through this. Also, once this video is done, or this webinar or event, live event is done, we will post it on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you check out the YouTube channel. By the way, guys, this just popped in my mind and I want to share this with you. Don't worry, I'll get back to where we were. We created something for you and I know you're going to absolutely love it. It's a phenomenal new idea and it's totally free. It's called the Manifestation Toolbox. Isn't that a cool idea? The Manifestation Toolbox. So I just wanted to stop there for a moment. I'm going to suggest that you head on over to Manifestation Toolbox after we're done here and check it out, because we've created a whole bunch of resources for you that are absolutely phenomenal. Lots of free stuff, lots of great goodies, lots of tools for you, and I know you're going to love it. So go to manifestationtoolbox.com after we're done here. Okay, so let's get back. So 1, you're going to be open to ideas. 2, you're going to set some goals and really stretch yourself. And 3, you're going to really start thinking about what do you love? What are you really passionate about? And just like I mentioned earlier, this gentleman who's over there chatting with my husband right now, who's built a business, following something that he was just personally interested in, like ancient religious philosophies, and he's got a really good solid business going now, and he's earning a really nice income, and he's doing what he loves, and he's having a lot of fun doing it, and so there's endless amounts of ideas. A number of years ago I did a presentation at a live event, and it was a presentation through a program that I was offering with my good friend Bob Proctor. And it was a presentation based on earning millions of dollars. And I actually presented for well over an hour, about an hour and a half. And the presentation was on teenagers and kids, younger than teenagers, preteens, who had and were earning millions of dollars. Now, if kids can do it and elderly folks can do it, anybody can do it. So stop thinking you can't do it. That's a great place to start as well. Realize that this lifestyle is for absolutely anyone. Just before we got on live here today, a couple ladies walked by and they were funny. They were sort of playful and they're like, "Are you live yet?" They wanted to jump on and be a part of my live event. And they said to me, "Nice office. Like, I really like your office." And your office can be anywhere that you are and your computer is, so isn't that great? Anyway, so the point is you've got to open your mind to these possibilities, like really open your mind to possibilities. Okay, what does that say? Assist with publishing. Somebody's asking the question here on, okay, so what'll happen is Celine will grab your question and I'll get to the questions in a minute. We're just going to wrap up this part and then I'm going to go to questions and address any questions that you may have. And yes, I actually work with authors and help them not only publish the books, but make them bestsellers as well and expand beyond their books into million-dollar incomes. So you've got to decide, like, if you're really committed to creating the success in your life. And if you are, there's going to be some work involved. And the work involved is going to be studying, like really learning how to effectively market online and create a successful business. And I would suggest you learn from someone who's done it, who's been there, done that. Not somebody who's pretending to have done it, but somebody who's actually doing it now. And that would be me and my team, because that's exactly what we're doing. So you can go to amillioinamonth.com and you can find out more about that and get our free goodies that are there. Okay, so millionaire lifestyle, possible? Absolutely. anywhere in the world. There's no limit to what you can do. You very likely heard stories. We share stories as well. We've got lots of success stories of people that have earned millions just by following their passion, making a commitment, sticking with it, learning from the best and applying what they're learning, and then creating phenomenal success from there. So let's head on over. We're going to answer some questions because I know some of these questions can also lead to some great content for you that I know you'll find very valuable. And one of the questions that was asked was a question from Emmanuel, who asked if I help with publishing. So yes, you can go to thecompleteauthorprogram.com and you'll discover that not only do I help authors write their books and publish or self-publish, whichever one they choose. I talk about the benefits and advantages to both of those options. And I also help authors learn how to get their books out there in the world so that people will benefit from reading the books, and it's marketing, online book marketing, and then expanding into other sources of revenue as well. So the CompleteAuthorProgram.com is where you absolutely should go. All right, the first question that I have is a question from, there we are. Okay, it's a question from Nancy. Nancy is saying, is a laptop lifestyle flexible and manageable enough for a stay-at-home mom with a special needs child? Absolutely, it's possible for anyone. And Nancy, I'm not sure if you're on the call now live. Hopefully you are, because you've posted the question. And as long as you have a laptop and internet connection, or it doesn't even have to be a laptop, it could be just a computer. Laptop's better though, and the reason why laptop's better is because you can take it with you, like I am right here in Nassau, the Bahamas. So get a laptop, or you already have a laptop, and absolutely. So what I suggest, Nancy, is go to amillioninmonth.com, and you can download our ebook that's there, watch the webinar, and join our program, A Million in a Month, and you'll learn how to exactly do that at your own pace. All right, thank you, Monty. You're adorable. I just love you. All right, the next question is from Catherine Wood, and the question is, my own financial goal is $1 million in a year. And here's my question. Should I be using the term attracting or earning or delivering value that generates $1 million? Oh, wow, that's a great question, Catherine. I love that you're asking that. So I would say earning is a great word. But again, the words that you use are really dependent on the language or the words that have a meaning or a special meaning to you. So I use earning because I believe that's how we're rewarded, is by we give out value and we earn our income. So I use earning, and that definitely I have a goal, not the same as you, but I have a goal where I talk about I'm so happy and grateful that I'm easily earning, and I talk about what my goal is. And I also do share by delivering only valuable and beneficial contribution to the world, or I'm only bringing beneficial contribution to the world. And so, yeah, say it like that. That sounds good, Catherine. Sounds like you got the right goal. The next question is from Sandra. She says, first of all, thank you. I've watched many of your videos and bought the Power Life Script program from you. I love it, but I have a question. I'm a Bob Proctor student and training to be a consultant. As I mentioned, I also bought your Power Life and I listen to your videos daily. I've been practicing positive thinking and doing my scripting and Bob's practices daily, monthly, and studying every single day. Actually, for a couple of years now, I'm getting better at it, I think. But I must be doing something wrong. I believe I can be successful and wealthy, although I still get that little voice that says no when I read my wealth statement. But nothing I'm doing is working. Nothing has changed. Nothing has gotten better. In fact, I'm getting very stressed as I'm using all the savings to pay for these products. I have my script. It's all in the present, and I visualize it daily, morning, evening, and in between. I'm reaching out as I'm completely out of ideas, and I do not understand why it's not working for me. I don't know what else to do. I can't afford my rent this month. Money is so tight and getting tighter. Any suggestions you have for me, I will do. I believe in all this stuff. I just need to figure out why it's not working for me or what I'm doing to hold it back. All right. Thank you very much for your honesty. I really appreciate you asking, Sandra. And I suspect that there's probably a lot of people who can really relate to what you're saying. And I understand it too, because I was there. So first of all, if you're really doing the work, meaning that you are, yes, you're doing the studying and you're doing the writing and you're listening to your Power Life script, here's what you absolutely must. And I say must because if you're not doing this, you're not doing the work. And that is, you must be in complete alignment with the desires that you have. In other words, you got to be feeling like you're living that lifestyle all the time. The moment you give any energy to, this isn't working, you're stuck or whatever, it's just destroyed everything that you've already done. It contaminates, it's poisonous. Okay, you got to stop doing that. Stress is destructive. absolutely destructive. Now, I know it's very challenging to do this work, especially when, as you said, you're having a challenge even paying the rent. So what do? You've got to relax in the knowing that it's already there. You've got to really, really, really believe it. You've got to really work on that. Now, in the manifestation toolbox that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, I would go there and download all the goodies that are there. Especially, I recorded the book Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. And it's a book, I actually have it here with me right now. And I carry it with me wherever I go. I read it every single day. But what I did was, at the request from one of our live events, I recorded it. And you can go and you can listen to that. But don't just listen to it. You got to connect with it. So let me just grab the book here right now, because this is a very valuable thing to do. So I have it right here in my little laptop carry bag. And I'm just going to read a couple things to you and for you that I know are going to be really, really, really helpful. And here's what it said. It just happened to be on this page. So Neville Goddard says, think feelingly only of the state you desire to realize. Feeling the reality of the state sought and living and acting on that conviction is the way of all seeming miracles. All right, that's on page 19. And if you have this book, go and read it again. But let me read from the next page, 21. This is actually one of my favorite pages. And the reason why it's one of my favorite pages is it really speaks to what you were just saying right now. So I want you to really listen to this, okay? To impress the subconscious with the desirable state, you must assume the feeling that would be yours had you already realized your wish. In defining your objective, you must be concerned only with the objective itself. Please listen. Everybody listen to this. This is so valuable. In defining your objective, you must be concerned only with the objective itself. In other words, you're only concerned with the outcome that you're looking to accomplish, okay? The manner of expression or the difficulties involved are not to be considered by you. To think feelingly on any state impresses it on the subconscious mind, all right? Any state. So if you're thinking you don't have enough money, if you're thinking you're stressed, or you're thinking this isn't working, what are you doing? You're impressing it. It's a dominant feeling. It's what you're feeling most. You're impressing it on your subconscious mind, and your subconscious is responding, going, whatever you want, whatever you send to me, I'm going to follow through with. Therefore, if you dwell on difficulties, barriers, or delay, the subconscious, by its very non-selective nature, meaning it'll accept anything, accepts the feeling of difficulties and obstacles as your request and proceeds to produce them in your outer world. That's it, right? This is what's going on for you. So the moment you think of what you don't want, the moment you're thinking you're stressed, the moment you're thinking the money's not there, subconscious mind is responding. You've got to change that. It's going to take, it's going to take some practice, but not just practice. You've got to be doing this, right? So what do I suggest that you do? I suggest that you ask yourself the question, the moment you find yourself out of alignment with what you want. And here's the question that you ask yourself. What would I love? What would I love? So if you find you're thinking about you don't have enough money, and in this particular case, Sandra was saying she didn't have the money to pay the rent. What would I love? To have the money, right? Okay, what does that feel like? So asking yourself the question, what would I love, is not the end of it. What would it feel like is the next part. There's a 3-part process in this. What would I love? What would that feel like? And then you relax into the feeling and you feel it. Now this is the part that most people have a challenge with. And the reason why they have a challenge with it is because they're like, how's it going to come? And then they start thinking, I don't know how that money is going to come. And then they just dismiss it again, start contaminating, start poisoning their results. So you got to let that go. You don't have to know how it's going to come. You don't have to know how. That is the greatest lesson I've ever learned from Bob Proctor. Just know that you do not have to know how you're going to accomplish the goal that you've set for yourself, but you must feel as if it's here right now. All right? So thank you so much for asking. I know there's some more questions that have been submitted. Heading on over there for those. All right, so let's see. Is it Grain? Where would you recommend if thinking of starting a business? Where would you recommend if thinking of starting a business? What kind of business? Maybe share with me a little bit more. If it's an online business, go to amillioinamonth.com. All right, that's what I would suggest. Maybe get a mentor, someone who's started a business, who's grown a successful business. Those would be other great ideas. Okay, Tiana says, how long ago did you start practicing manifestation, and how long did it take for you to become effective? MM. What's MM, Celine? I don't know what MM is. So we've got so many MMs. We've got, I think we do anyways, morning manifestation maybe. It's my videos. Is that what it is? Okay, so yeah, so I think Celine is suggesting that I recommend that you go to morningmanifestation.com. That's my videos that I put out 3 times a week. They're free as well. We got lots of great stuff for you that's free. So we want to really help you. Yeah, Masters Manifesting. Thanks, Celine. I appreciate that. Okay, good. All right, so how long ago did you start practicing manifestation? How long did it take for it to become effective? That's such a great question. I love that question. I would say I started 41 years ago. It was a long time ago, for sure. How long before it became effective? I'd say it was effective right away. And the reason why it was effective right away is I started to experience real shifts. And the reason is because my thinking was very negative and destructive at the time. And so when I started to study, I became so fascinated with these materials that I was buying every book that I could possibly find and read and devour. I was going to every seminar that I could possibly find and sit in the front row seat to gather everything that I could and take tons and tons of notes. So I began studying right away and became a very, very serious student. So I started experiencing results right away. Sometimes though, and this is the challenge, and we heard this with the earlier question, there's a period of time, there's this thing called the law of gestation, and there's a period of time that's going to elapse before all things will manifest into form. And you got to be patient, right? You got to be patient with the universe, you got to be patient with yourself. There's going to be some time, and there will be times that you probably won't even see any kind of results at all, or that you won't see the results that you're really looking for, and it may even become a little frustrating, but let it go. Just relax in the knowing that everything that you desire is already there. All right, takes practice. You know, I was reading from Science of Getting Rich the other day, and there's a part, I believe it's in chapter 4, where Wallace D. Wattles says the following. He says, "This is the hardest work there is." Why is it the hardest work there is? Because we're really working on our mental thinking, right? Because we're such habitual creatures. We're programmed a certain way. We're habitual. Like I've become habitual in my disciplines. Actually, we just started a program called High-End Manifestors, and that what we're really focusing on with this particular group of high-end folks that are really going for their dreams. I'm working with them along with my good friend Phil Goldfine, and that's what we're doing. We are helping them establish their habits right in the beginning, because Phil Goldfine and myself, and we each have our own business. He's a Hollywood producer, lives in Hollywood. I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, but yet we've partnered up together to do programs together, and we're doing a program called High-End Manifestors. And because we both created phenomenal success in many different areas. I mean, he's a swimmer, he's won medals in swimming, he's an Academy Award-winning, Oscar Award-winning Hollywood producer. I mean, he's won a Grammy and what the hell's he won? He won a Panda, he's won a Tony. I mean, he's won so many awards. And we're in completely different businesses, but we understand each other because we know what it takes to be success. So disciplines, daily disciplines are really important. And one of the things you're going to love about the manifestation toolbox is we actually put some tools up there for you as well that you can utilize daily to really get into the habit of creating more and more success. Okay, so let's go on to the next question here. BBBM Lifestyle. Peggy, can you manifest my restaurant that I lost a year ago? The premises are still open and exactly as I left it. Peggy, can I manifest my restaurant? Oh, okay, I thought you meant, can I manifest it? Yeah, you can, for sure, absolutely. Is that what you would love? Is that something that you would absolutely love? So sure, see yourself with your restaurant again if that's something that you would absolutely love. And just connect to, not just, but connect to the feeling that it's already yours. See it thriving, see it successful, see yourself back in there. And this should be pretty easy for you to do because it was yours before. So just visualize it, see it, connect with it, and make it happen. But live now, as if it's already done. That is the most important thing that you can do, the most powerful thing that you can do in order to, great, yeah, so perfect. Okay, do that, all right? And then for you, go to Manifestation Toolbox and check it out. There's lots of great tools there, but definitely get into Feeling is the Secret. All right, you're going to love that. You're going to love the book. I love the book, and I recorded it for you so you can go and you can listen to it. You can download it as well so that you can be listening to it every single day. You know, I was chatting with Phil last Saturday. I was back in my office at home in Ottawa, and we were texting with each other, and while he started texting me, I was actually reading Feeling is the Secret, and I was listening to it. So I had opened it up on my own computer. I have it in my iTunes now, and I was listening to it while I was reading it. So that'll get, like, you really, really saturate your senses when you do that, because you're connecting to it not only by reading it, and I like reading it out loud, and I like listening to it too at the same time. And what it's doing is actually blocking out anything, any other things that are even going to distract you, right? Like, here we are, we're in Nassau, Florida, as you know, and there's people walking by, and there's people over there, and there's people, they're all over the place, probably down at the beach as well. And it's very easy to get distracted, and it's very easy for people to get distracted even if they don't have physical things around them, just with their mind, right? We got to learn how to get really laser focused, like to really focus in on what it is that we want. So when we're talking earlier about the experiences, that some of the questions came in of people that are experiencing challenges in their life, you got to get really good, like really train yourself, like really train your brain to focus on what you want. And even before we started this call together this morning, I have my phone here. Obviously, I'm using it for the Instagram right now, but I have my earbuds with me. They're in this little case that my niece gave me at Christmas time. I love my little kitty cat case. And so I was listening to my Power Life script. Danny and I, my husband and I, we went for breakfast at the restaurant here. And while we were having breakfast, I had my earbuds in, and I can still talk with him and have a conversation. But earlier, he was getting ready, and I was listening to my Power Life script and really connecting. So the thing that I find that's really valuable about your Power Life script is it does what the masters teach, which is put you into the experience of having it now. So for BBBM lifestyle, what I suggest you do is, if you haven't done a Power Life script, do one, and declare in your Power Life script that you're so happy and grateful to have your restaurant, that it's thriving, that it's more successful than it's ever been, that you're having a lot of fun, that you're really loving it, and whatever that experience is for you, like really describe it, connect to it emotionally, and record it and listen to it as well every day. It's called the Power Life script. All right, I think there's another question here before we wrap up. Heather says, how does this complement PGI if already doing that? How does what complement? Maybe you can help me understand what the question is. Let me just, I think I understand, like PGI, you're talking about other programs of Proctor Gallagher. Hey, listen, I study many other programs. I'm also a teacher. Bob Proctor studies other teachers, and he's a teacher. So it's not like you just choose one and you just stick to one. You can study anything that you want. The wonderful advantage of really studying all these materials from different teachers is you get different perspectives, right? So I'm all about the application part. Like I understand it, but it's how do you apply it in your life? I'm a tool girl, right? Like I've created tools, I've created success in my life by implementing the tools that I use. So I think what people really love about me is, number one, I'm authentic. Number two, they can see that I wasn't raised with a silver spoon in my mouth. Like we lived in a poor environment. Like my parents were poor, they struggled. And we live in a tiny little house, and I went to school in ripped clothes. Like I wasn't raised in an environment. So it's completely opposite. What I've created in my life has just all been self-created. And people can resonate with that. So different teachers, you'll get different ideas. You'll resonate with different teachers in different ways. And that's one of the advantages. So don't think that you have to only study one teacher. You could if you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But studying multiple teachers, I find, gives you different perspectives, and it helps expand your knowledge and your awareness, and helps you create even greater results. Besides that, and I love Bob Proctor. I mean, he's my absolute favorite teacher of them all. And I've been studying with Bob. Bob was my first teacher. I started studying with him when I was 20 years of age, 41 years ago. And he's the best there is. There's nobody on the planet who's better than Bob Proctor. I absolutely believe that. And I've studied all of them, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, you name it, Dennis Waitley, all the greats, Tony Robbins. I've studied with them all. And I really love Bob. I love the way he delivers. I love his understanding. I love his heart. He has such a good heart. He's so kind. I love him as a human being as well, not just as a teacher. I've been in a business with him before, and he's incredible. So I absolutely recommend Bob Proctor and all of his materials. Anything that man produces is just pure genius, and it's phenomenal. So they complement each other is really what I'm trying to say to answer your question. And thank you so much for asking. All right, we're going to finish this up with one more question because my husband's waiting for me. And it's Me Buzz is saying, Peggy, how do you maintain your vibration during a setback and your goal is so far away to achieve? Well, if you think your goal is far away, your goal is going to be far away. So stop saying that and stop thinking that. You've got to feel as if your goal is here right now. And you got to get rid of that word setback. Don't give that any energy. It's not helpful. It's non-supportive of what it is that you want to do. So see yourself right now living as you want to be. See it, feel it, connect to it right now. That's where you reside. That's where you create from. That is the best vibrational experience that you can be in. You've got to see, believe, and know that whatever it is that you desire is already here right now, not sometime in the future, right now. All right? The more you do that, the better it's going to go. And all the tools that we create for you, go to that manifestation toolbox, are all in alignment to help you be there now so that you're manifesting at your max. All right? Okay, let's call it a wrap for today. I'm so happy to be here with you guys again. Thank you so much. We've shared with you a number of different links today. The manifestation toolbox, the morning manifestation, Power Life Script, $1 Million in a Month, the complete author program. Check them all out. We're here to serve you. We've got a lot of different, many things that we're giving away for free. We've got other programs that you can invest in yourself. And we're going to be back again later this week to share some more. But head on over to that manifestation toolbox right now. My pleasure to be here with you guys. I wish you a wonderful day. We're going to head off and do some exploring. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you, Selena. Appreciate you as well. Bye, guys.